Hey guys, welcome back. It's Erica. If this looks and sounds a little bit different than normal, that's because it's a little bit different than normal. Today I'm actually filming from my phone because I have quickly learned that you need some more storage on your computer if you're going to be making and editing videos, at least as frequently as I have been. But eventually we would have come to this point, so I guess it's good that I found out now. So with that though, some things happened to my classroom. I was going ahead and backing everything up onto the iCloud, and I figured, it's not that much stuff. It was a decent amount, but I figured overnight, 8-10 hours, like that should be plenty of time to have it all backed up and ready for the morning. But when I got into my first class, I realized that the iCloud backup was not completed. I have never seen my ping go much over 100, maybe a couple times. Like right when I get into the classroom, it might like shoot up to 150 and go right back down to around like 10 to 20, like I usually have. Guys, I saw it do something today that I have never seen. At some point, the ping went up to like, it maxed out at 1,000, turned gray, a Ghostbusters sign over a Wi-Fi symbol like flashed up in the corner, and I nearly had a heart attack. I quickly, I figured, okay, this is I have a couple minutes to get this under control. I'd greeted the student. I wasn't gonna get a teacher no-show. I went back out, just totally exited out of the VIPKID app in case it was some other thing. I went and I found my iCloud backup and I tried to cancel it. Guys, it was like unstoppable. Like you couldn't stop it. It was gonna back up all my files, whether it destroyed everything else or not. So I didn't know what else to do. The clock was ticking. I went back into the classroom and I was like, can you hear me? Can you see me? And it was an older student. She was new. So this wasn't like a great first impression. I'll probably never see this child again. Oh, Hannah. She was a great kid. But unfortunately, I don't think I made a very good impression. The class went fine. I was asking questions. She was responding as if she could hear me, and I was showing props and stuff to verify if she could see me. So I don't know. As it stands now, the class is still marked as finished, but we know these things can change. But I will say I would deserve this one. I think I legitimately had some technical difficulties. Oh, here we go. Like it's on record now. But no, I deserve this one if I got it. The other two that I've got and fought and won, I didn't deserve those. Those were issues on the student's end. But this one, guys, don't do your backups. Don't even do your backups during your teaching week. If you take at least one day off, after you're done teaching, do your backups then, do any kind of software updates then. This was not the time, but I didn't know. I've actually backed up my entire hard drive before onto an external hard drive, but I've never used cloud services. So got some things to think about. And also, as you can see, I had some technical difficulties with my markers. It was just it's been a rough couple days. Yesterday was kind of emotionally I felt off. And today, I couldn't even get it together with my markers. So I was testing them out. Clearly, I've got to go and do a Staples curbside pickup today because I can't wait for Amazon. I'm going to have to go get some markers. You can't live without blue. I draw a lot. As you can see, I drew today. My student, Cindy. Oh, love Cindy. We actually draw each other names. I usually draw a welcome sign for the kids. I mean, not this fancy. Usually just their name and the color that they like. But with Cindy, a couple years ago, after we'd been working together for about a year, she started coming to class and she would write my name. And I would be in the classroom right before I turned the camera to hear mad scribbling. She writes my name for every class. It's so sweet. I think sometimes she recycles signs, and it's okay. I do too. But I mean, I have to draw them every time. I actually have 2 welcome signs because I don't always have time to do it in the 5 minutes or sometimes the 1 minute before class. So I'll usually do that at the beginning of the day or the night before, ready to pull it out. And then for the other students, I have another dry erase sign that I'll just write their name on quickly. Sometimes in class for little kids, you've seen, I write the name in class. But Cindy, oh, I love her. I love her. She's probably never going to see this on YouTube, but Cindy, I love you. You're the best. Because she said, in level 5, you get to that slide. It's you talk about what reward you want, or you assign a reward, or they want to talk about something. She's like, oh, teacher, today we'll draw plants. I'm like, oh my gosh. And she's like, and we draw the other parts. She was trying to say underground. So we drew roots. we drew stems, we drew leaves, and she said, oh, but there's another part that I want to put on there, and that was a flower. I'm like, girl, I love you. And so we drew the roots first, and we were talking at one point in the class. I love drawings because they can also be kind of like a prop too. We were talking about like, what is the purpose of the roots? Like, why do you have stems, leaves, roots? And so I drew little water droplets. See, I ran out of blue. This is actually green, but I was like hoping it wouldn't matter. So that was supposed to be the water, and then these other dots we drew nutrients in. trying to explain nutrients. It's like food for plants, and they take it up with their roots, and it's kind of weird. But I'm sure she has science in China, so it's not on me to explain how that works. I just have to teach her the English. Keep that in mind. Like, you're not teaching science, math, social studies. You're just like using vocabulary from all those lessons or from all those subjects or whatever. So those are some things I think today, like technical wise, like don't do backups like close to class time. Make sure your markers work, anything you want to use. So those are kind of like things for improvement. But guys, I'm killing it on trials. Well, I don't know, I haven't had any conversions, but as far as being prepared, I feel so good about it. For example, I had a class lesson. It was supposed to be like gorilla, hippo, like instead of in the jungle, you're like on an African safari of some sort. It's kind of that cute lesson where like we've got like a binocular view and it's like, ooh, where are we now? And we see a gorilla. And then we talk about like the body parts, like mouth, arms, I don't know, I can't remember. Mouth, I know is one of them. Eyes, what does it have? What do you see? So I was so ready. I can't even remember the vocab, but I have a sheet that has all that stuff on it, so I don't have to remember. But that's not what we taught. It was the same student, but they switched it at the last minute for a different one. That's the one that I've been teaching a lot. It's got the robot and the bicycle, the ball, and then you have like the 3 shapes. So I had all this stuff nearby. This is just like on a shelf somewhere with the rest of my potato head army. And then this stuff is just kind of stored in like little drawers. I have this like little mini chest of drawers thing. I got some stuff in there. And it's all here. So I was ready. I did not freak out. Like I actually ended the last class. I got in. I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing the robot ball square whatever thing. So that worked out really well. So yeah, keep stuff on hand. This is really good with level 1 and the trials, especially if you have trial class rebooking enabled like I do. You got to be ready for that. If you don't have trial class rebooking enabled, honestly, this still could happen because this wasn't a trial rebooking thing. This was actually they decided to switch the curriculum thing. I don't know why they do that. Maybe the child had taken a computer placement test, although it was both still like, I think level 2, unit 4. But either way, trials, you got to be prepared. I see these classes change a lot. When you get booked for a trial, don't expect that that's what you're teaching. Like, set yourself up for success. Like, just expect that you could be teaching any of the trials that you're certified for. I think even if you don't have like a level, say you have just level 2 and level 3, you might still get a trial student in level 4, level 5 or 6. Like, you have to be prepared. There's not that many trials, so it's not, or trial classes, there's not tons of them. There's a decent amount, but it's like not like so many that you could never prepare for them all. You know, if you have some general props, especially the older kids, you don't have to worry so much about props. If you got props for like level 2 and level 1, you'll be set. So that is about it for today. I have no idea what the sound is gonna look like. I feel like you're seeing like my real skin, well, under makeup, of course, like under this lighting. I don't know. I shouldn't be so vain. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video.